Have you ever heard of a book that no one can read? This is the story of the Voynich Manuscript. Unearthed in the early 20th century, it's a bewildering codex from the 15th century, filled to the brim with peculiar illustrations and an indecipherable script, a language lost to time. The manuscript is an enigma, a puzzle that has baffled cryptographers, linguists, and historians alike. Its pages are adorned with unknown plants, zodiac symbols, and what appear to be female figures bathing in an intricate system of tubs and pipes. Theories about its origin are as varied as they are numerous: a hoax, an alien communication, or perhaps a secret alchemical text. Despite concerted efforts, the manuscript's code remains unbroken, its language unidentified, and its origin uncertain. Its cryptic allure has only grown with each failed attempt to decode it. The Voynich Manuscript remains one of the most captivating unsolved mysteries of our time. Imagine a thriving town suddenly abandoned. This is the chilling tale of the Wowo River ghost town. Nestled in the heart of the Russian Far East, Wowo River was once a bustling community. However, in the 1930s, the town was abruptly deserted. The homes, markets, and streets that once echoed with laughter and chatter became eerily silent almost overnight. Theories abound as to why the town was vacated. Some suggest a mass exodus due to economic hardships, while others whisper of a darker cause, an unspoken tragedy. But the truth remains elusive. The most haunting aspect of this story is the unknown fate of the town's residents. Did they relocate, start anew elsewhere, or did something more sinister befall them? This mystery adds an unsettling layer to the already desolate and ghostly landscape. The Wowo River ghost town, a forgotten place shrouded in mystery. One minute you're on a cruise ship, the next you've vanished. This is the baffling case of Amy Bradley. In 1998, Amy Bradley was enjoying a Caribbean cruise with her family. Then, in the blink of an eye, she was gone. The ship was searched, the sea was combed, but Amy was nowhere to be found. It was as if the ocean had swallowed her whole. But the mystery didn't end there. Over the years, there have been reported sightings of Amy. Some have claimed to see her in the Caribbean, others in Central America. Each sighting breathed life back into the investigation, sparking hope that Amy might still be alive. Yet, these leads have never resulted in her safe return. Despite the tireless efforts of her family and countless investigators, Amy Bradley's whereabouts remain unknown. The question remains, what happened to Amy Bradley? Amy Bradley's disappearance remains an unsolved mystery. Two men, a hill, and inexplicable lead masks. This is the enigma of the lead masks of Vintém Hill. On a fateful day in 1966, two electronic technicians, Manuel Pereira de Cruz and Miguel José Viana, were found lifeless on a hill in Brazil. Their eyes shielded by lead masks, the likes of which are typically used to protect against radiation. There were no signs of trauma or struggle, only a cryptic note about being at the agreed-upon place, and a mention of pills, which were also found at the scene. Investigators were left with more questions than answers. What was the purpose of the lead masks? What were the pills for? Theories have swirled from UFO encounters to bizarre suicide pacts, but none have provided a definitive explanation. The lead masks of Vintém Hill, a mystery that continues to baffle investigators. A ship found adrift, its crew vanished. This is the chilling tale of the Mary Celeste. In the year of 1872, a British vessel stumbled upon an eerie sight in the Atlantic Ocean. The Mary Celeste, a merchant brigantine devoid of life. The ship was in seemingly perfect condition, the cargo untouched, and the personal belongings of the crew intact. The only thing missing was the crew themselves. The ship's logbook, abandoned mid-entry, gave no clue as to their fate. Theories abound, from mutiny and pirates to supernatural intervention and alien abduction. Some suggested they'd abandoned ship in a panic, due to a non-existent fire or a rogue wave. Yet, no lifeboats were missing, and the ship was seaworthy. The mystery of the Mary Celeste remains unsolved, intriguing maritime investigators and sparking imaginations for over a century. The Mary Celeste, a ghost ship that continues to haunt maritime history. A woman admitted to a hospital, a medical staff in chaos. This is the perplexing case of Gloria Ramirez, the toxic lady. In 1994, Gloria Ramirez was rushed to a California hospital in critical condition. What seemed like a routine admission quickly turned into a bizarre incident. Medical staff began to faint and become ill after being exposed to Ramirez. The hospital was evacuated, but tragically, Ramirez died that night. With no clear cause of death, speculation ran rampant. Some suggested Ramirez had been exposed to hazardous chemicals before her arrival at the hospital. Others theorized that Ramirez's body had produced dangerous substances due to a rare medical condition. However, these theories have been met with skepticism, and no definitive explanation has been found. The case of Gloria Ramirez, dubbed the Toxic Lady, remains a chilling mystery in medical science. The Toxic Lady, a medical mystery that remains a point of debate. A trail of unexplained hoof-like marks in the snow, this is the riddle of the Devil's Footprints. In the winter of 1855, the quiet English county of South Devon woke up to a chilling sight. An extensive trail of hoof-like prints, spanning between 40 to 100 miles, appeared overnight. Curiously, the tracks seemed to defy natural obstacles, passing over houses, rivers, and high walls, as if the creature responsible had the power of flight. The peculiar pattern, resembling that of a cloven hoof, led the locals to dub them the Devil's Footprints. Despite numerous investigations and theories, from mischievous pranksters to experimental balloon mishaps, the true origin of these footprints remains a mystery. Even today, more than a century and a half later, the Devil's Footprints continue to bewitch the curious and the skeptical alike. The Devil's Footprints, a local mystery that continues to puzzle South Devon. 5 men, a basketball game, and a baffling disappearance. This is the story of the Yuba County Five. In the cold winter of 1978, 5 young men, all with varying degrees of mental and physical disabilities, attended a basketball game in Chico, California. After the game, they mysteriously vanished. Their car, a turquoise and white 1969 Mercury Montego, was found abandoned by the side of a mountain road, in good condition but empty. Despite extensive searches and investigations, the fate of the men remains unknown. Over the years, theories have swirled. Some suggest they were the victims of foul play. Others theorize they succumbed to the harsh winter elements. But with no concrete evidence, no bodies, and no plausible explanation, the case of the Yuba County Five continues to baffle investigators and armchair detectives alike. The Yuba County Five, a case that remains shrouded in mystery. A serial killer with a strange demand. This is the tale of the Axeman of New Orleans. In the early 20th century, this unidentified murderer terrorized the city, but his story took an unusual twist. The Axeman wrote a letter to the New Orleans newspapers, making an odd request. He promised to spare those who played jazz music in their homes. As bizarre as it was, the city complied, and jazz filled the night air. But who was this music-loving murderer? Theories abound. Some believe he was a jazz musician himself, using the fear to promote his favorite genre. Others hypothesize that the letter was a red herring, designed to divert attention or simply the product of a deranged mind. Despite the speculation, the Axeman's identity and the motive behind his letter remain shrouded in mystery. The Axeman of New Orleans, a mystery that continues to intrigue true crime enthusiasts. A silent intruder, a bizarre act. This is the story of the Phantom Barber of Pascagoula. In the summer of 1942, a shadowy figure began to infiltrate homes under the cloak of darkness. His peculiar fixation? Snipping the locks of unsuspecting sleepers. This was no ordinary thief, for he stole nothing but hair. His signature act was as strange as it was nonviolent, leaving his victims unharmed, but for a slight trim. The Phantom Barber, as he was dubbed, sparked widespread panic in the small Mississippi town of Pascagoula. Despite extensive investigations and heightened security measures, his identity remained shrouded in mystery. Theories abound, ranging from a deranged individual with a hair fetish to a twisted prankster. Yet no solid evidence has ever been found to unmask the elusive Barber. Fast forward to today, over 8 decades later, the identity and motive of the Phantom Barber remain a hair-raising enigma. The Phantom Barber of Pascagoula, a hair-raising mystery that remains unsolved.